A big problem you run into when you are creating a life of your own is self-doubt, especially along the journey as things are unfolding. It can feel stagnant and like you have no real direction, and you find yourself again comparing yourself to the external world or society. This is just residue from programming. Maybe you are like myself, and sometimes you feel like you eradicated it, only to find it has crept back in at some point. Or maybe you are just beginning to tackle this programming for the first time. The thing I find that helps the most is to tap into your inner being, your inner guidance, that voice inside you that is of unconditional love and support for you and what you are doing. It's the part of you that's connected to universal energy, prime source creation, universal intelligence. Its purpose is to continue to guide you along your path of remembrance, of who you really are. In times of self-doubt, my inner being reminds me of who I am. It reminds me of how far I've come. It reminds me that I'm the only one in my family's bloodline that had the fucking balls to tackle my fears, my programming, my limiting beliefs, my ego of survival and built self, and to strive to pull out my authentic self, out of the shell my survival self buried and encased it in. I'm the only one of those fuckers that stood in front of all the fucking snoozers in the world. The ones who tried to force me into conformity and try to force everyone into conformity. And I had the balls to say, no, fuck that, and fuck you. I'm gone. If you don't like that I'm a black sheep and willing to be different, and not try to maintain this falsity that I am your average white sheep, fuck that. I'm not even a sheep. I'm a fucking lion. And I'm going after this no matter what it takes, even if I have to leave my whole family behind and move to another continent. My inner being always reminds me I am one of the few I have ever actually encountered in the physical world that has the balls to follow my path no matter what. No matter
Venga, pararos ahí ya.
even when I had no clue what the plan or direction was. The key has always been faith. Faith in myself. And I get random confirmations that it doesn't matter what I do, my inner being will always ensure I end up where I need to be. So I might as well enjoy the journey and continue to do whatever I want and whatever brings me joy and peace. Because even if I feel lost at times, my inner being knows the plan. It has the map. It has the blueprint. In the face of all the fears and all the pressure of the little voices that torment me, I stand my ground and refuse to do or be anything other than me, even if that seems like a jobless, directionless, homeless hippie. Because the one thing I know is, to give up on me would be to give up on the universe and God, which has always unconditionally supported me. The universe has always provided for me, guided me, and loved me enough to ensure I would become this version of me. I am a handcrafted piece of evidence by God for the rest of the world that you can be you, no matter what the rest of the world around you seems to be. And if you look around, there are other people out there doing the same. So you are not alone. And you are not the only one. And in reality, what should I even complain about? This false projection of me that I figure the people I don't even like, or look up to, or want to be like in any way, see me? They see me in a false light. And I see them as spineless people that don't have what it takes to stand against everything you see and fight for what you want, instead of succumbing to what society says you should be. Living an unfulfilling life, wasting your days away. I can say I enjoyed my time here. As a free being who did what they wanted, and nothing could ever knock me down, because I have the universe behind me. Not some false projection of what you should do to support someone else's reality. And these people whose reality that the others are creating, they took their creational power and used it to suppress those who are too weak to stand up for what they believe in. Instead, I will use my creational power to empower others to become who they are meant to be, and to be an example of what you can do if you just choose to listen to your heart.